his paper down for INEC to be considered as to such an exalted position of a state legislator should have some level of decorum in their character. What we saw in that video, I mean, has no place in it.
I mean, qualities anyway, up till now there hasn't been any penalty on anybody.
I mean,
investigation into what happened.
I mean, even for a village to elect a councillor should have some level of nobility in him.
All right, let's move on now, away from Rivers State, to a more national issue. When some political parties decided to say they wanted to merge earlier in the year, a lot of people grinned, some people laughed, some people chuckled. Well, whichever way your reaction was during that time didn't actually matter again, because INEC was largely criticized of perhaps losing or not having the political will to register that particular merger party. But in the end, INEC proved everybody wrong, or perhaps the doubters, those who doubted INEC to register the APC. The APC is now, it's been a major opposition, but it's now a major opposition, so to say. With what we've seen now so far and the activities, Prof, APC is going from post to post to cajole people to come into their fold. Do you see, they say that their own philosophy is to seek for change, to change the power at the center. Yeah. But the way they are going about it, what do you feel?
That's been going around that who needs APC when there's Panadol. I think this is almost an extension of that type of joke. Where do they stand ideologically? That's the main question. Those who are the leaders of APC should be true opposition. We will want a true opposition in this country. But here we are in the last few days, members of the APC meeting with an ex-president who was a stalwart of the PDP. I mean, what does that say for itself? What does APC really stand for then? Why are they having this type of meetings? I mean, what's their aim? That is the worry now. We need a true opposition in this country that with a clear idea on how they want to provide alternative government to what we have at the moment. The country is collapsing under all sorts of stresses at the moment. Various states are not doing very well. I've always said that we need to change the federalism that we have here in this country, where states are probably more powerful than they are now and less power within the center. Whether the APC will be the next party in government, it's early days to say. But I'm not happy that they're not quite clear about what they stand for ideologically.
Indeed. All right.
Just to add to Prof, you know, because being a politician, it's a game of number. Yes. It's true, you might have a very sound ideology, sound program, but you need the numbers to win the election. And so usually what politicians do is to open their door wide and let everybody come in.
Even the people, even the people, let me ask you, open their doors now, because I mean, strongly, the ACN and the ranks, the APC says that the PDP, they are targeting to remove the PDP. And now we see that the APC are actually coming for the PDP. And Dr. Doyin Okupe said, look, they do not have quality in that party. They can only get quality in PDP. It seems Dr. Okupe is right.
Not really right, but in the political sense, they need numbers to win. And if you're running a political party and you can't win the election, sooner or later the party will collapse or going to...
Perhaps at the end of the day we'll be seeing what...
and all the ideology becomes nonsense. So first of all, win the election.
You should win the election based on ideology, the proper political system.
I hope we will not be having, in the end, APC, PDP. Because if you have half of the members in the PDP join APC, it eventually will be... we will not be having APC, PDP, and PDP, APC. So in the end, I mean...
We're back to square one.
Exactly. So let me ask you, Dr. Isuala, this movement here and there, strong members, some governors have moved. What do you think this portends for our politics?
In my view, and I've been trying to think critically about this view, whether it holds water or not. But I stand tenaciously with it. The APC movement is a joke, in my view. You see, the way things are in this country at present, like we said before we started the program, before we got to this level of the program, everybody among these politicians is looking for what to eat, what to take home in terms of relevance. And there's another contradiction within the system that explains that kind of behavior. But because all of them are looking for what to eat, they are not guided by ideology, there's no sentiment, there's no tenacity to any sentiment. What they are looking for will be the determinant of what they are. I see a situation in which PDP will rise tomorrow. I then call these folks all around and say, that is what you want? Then I got to give you. If PDP hands it over to them tomorrow, I tell you, they're going to do a camera obscura turning. And then somebody will begin to look like a person. That this man, who yesterday was condemning this man, is now having dinner on wine and, soda with this very man. That is what I foresee, because there's no ideology that connects them. My brother, just look at the way we have these people today. Obasanjo and Tinubu in this country, we know the level of opposition they held towards each other, to the extent that they were using personal words to abuse each other, into family, into backgrounds and all these things. And then something turned around suddenly, and they're now hugging each other. Obasanjo will want to launch something, Tinubu is the chairman. Tinubu is launching something, Obasanjo is the chairman. That is what Yorubas call Rikisi Pawonpo Wondore.
Indeed.
I'm sorry I'm a Yoruba man, but I just have to bring it.
You might need to
to
interpret that. For non-Yoruba speakers.
It's not likely to last for long. But it's a very beautiful drama that Nigerian people will behold for a few, months to come.
All right, let's quickly move swiftly, because there are a lot of events that went down in the year 2013 politically. Elections, a few elections here and there, but the recent one in Anambra State. Let's take a listen to Professor Atairu Jega, his comment on the conduct of Anambra election, and let's take a thought from there and see what how we can take it from there. Take a listen to Professor Atairu Jega on the conduct of Anambra governorship election.
We regret that in spite of our intention, the Anambra election did not turn out to be the best election that the Commission has conducted so far. We regret the challenges that we faced in the conduct of this election. Though the Anambra election was not the best election as we had hoped, there was substantial compliance with the Electoral Act 2010 as amended in the conduct of the election, and that a substantial majority of the complaints that have been laid cannot be substantiated. Therefore, we have decided that the supplementary election will hold in Anambra State on November 30th, 2013.
Well, that was Professor Atairu Jega shortly before the Anambra governorship, the supplementary election held in Anambra State. Well, he used words like the commission regrets about 3 times in the course of his speech there. The commission came out to say that the commission, the INEC, was compromised in that particular election. But before the Anambra election, there was a Delta senatorial by-election when we had unfortunate death of a senator from that area. And the election there also received a lot of controversy. Let me start with you, Prof. Let's start first with the Delta Central senatorial election. What's your take on that conduct?
Well, I think it was reasonably well conducted overall. We know that Delta Central is a very hot zone within Delta State itself. You have 3 senatorial districts, Delta South, Delta Central, and Delta North. Delta Central occupied mainly by the Robos. I think INEC played the best role they could have done within Delta Central. Well, the outcome is something that not everybody will agree on, as you can imagine. But I was quite happy with the overall conduct of that election.
You are from that particular state. Let me quickly take